Om Jnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanasalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Shayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Sopadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Sutapadakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavansya Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Saganaraguna Nitam Tam Sajivam Satvetam Savadutam Pariyana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Shri Radha Krishna Padam Saganalita Shri Visaganitam Sa. So we have limited time. So
No problem. No problem.
So today we are observing the pre-discipleship festival of Srila Bhakti Swarup Damodar Swami Maharaj. So as far as myself is concerned, I have few interactions with Maharaj, and we all know that like how Maharaj was very humble and also very simple at heart, because the Vaishnavas, they are very simple at heart. Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur used to say that simplicity is Vaishnavism. Unless one is very simple at heart, one cannot become a Vaishnava. So duplicitous persons, they cannot become Vaishnavas. So Maharaj was very simple at heart, and also in his behavior. Maharaj was very simple also. So I had met Maharaj here in Vrindavan few times during post-Gaur Punya festivals in the 1980s. But I had no interaction with him. But when Maharaj became GBC for Bhubaneswar after Srila Gaurav Swami Maharaj, so that time I used to go from Govardhan. By that time I had shifted to Govardhan and was taking care of Govardhan ashram. So I used to go from Govardhan to Odisha for preaching. So one time I was in Bhubaneswar and there was a program at Cuttack. That was Netaji Southern or something, I don't remember. Somewhere there was a pub that was in a big hall. So I was accompanying Maharaj in the same car and we went to the program, and after the Kirtan, Maharaj was he was going to speak. Then I was asked to translate Maharaj's speech into Odia. So whenever Maharaj speaks or gives Bhagavatam class, generally Maharaj speaks about science, scientific knowledge, about scientists, all these things. So when Maharaj started speaking in that program, and he was using many scientific terms, and I had great difficulty to translate into Oriya. So somehow or other I managed. So after the program, and then there was prasadam. And devotees had arranged prasadam for Maharaj separately, but Maharaj wanted to take prasadam with all the devotees. he was so simple and very humble. So Maharaj wanted to take prasadam with all the general devotees. So Maharaj also asked us to sit with him, so we all sat down with Maharaj, and Maharaj was taking prasadam, and he was also looking towards the other devotees' plates and telling them, give this, give that. So in that way, he was actually taking care of other devotees also. So I realized that how Maharaj was so simple and so humble. He was taking care of all the devotees and taking prasadam with the devotees. So that was one experience with him. But then I have seen when Maharaj used to lead kirtan, and his kirtan was not of this material world. Anyone who will hear his kirtan, it would take one to the spiritual realm. So, because he was a great devotee of Krishna, and he was from a very humble and cultural background, so he was actually carrying devotion in his heart wherever he went. And whomever he met, he actually made them devotees, convinced them in Krishna consciousness. And Srila Prabhupada was very much proud of Srila Bhakti Swarup Damodar Swami Maharaj. Whenever I hear Prabhupada's lecture, and Prabhupada used to say in his lectures that ours Swarup Damodar. So unless the spiritual master would feel the disciple as his own, he will never say that ours Swarup Damodar. So Prabhupada was actually warning him. So Swarup Damodar Swami Maharaj was making Srila Prabhupada very proud of preaching Krishna consciousness to the scientists. And Srila Prabhupada, when he went to the West, though Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur ordered him to preach Krishna consciousness in the Western world, but Srila Prabhupada has two things in his mind. One is to establish Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And that we all know that when Prabhupada formed this society, the International Society for Krishna Consciousness, some devotees objected. Some devotees suggested that it should be International Society for God Consciousness. Prabhupada said no. The whole world should know who is God. God is a term anyone can say anyone is God. But Prabhupada wanted to establish that Krishna was the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And second thing, because the whole world was following scientists because of this modern education system. That's why Prabhupada wanted to break that source, that the educated people, those who are following the scientists and thinking that the scientists are great and there is no God, scientists are practically God. So Prabhupada wanted to break that chain actually, to bring people to Krishna consciousness. That's why he wanted to expose the weakness of the scientists. And to Prabhupada, of course, in his lectures, though he was exposing the weakness of the scientists, but he was looking for a person who is from a scientific background, whom he could train, and he would defeat all the scientists. And Krishna arranged. Krishna fulfilled Prabhupada's desire. And Srila Bhakti Swarup Damodar Swami Maharaj became a disciple of Srila Prabhupada. who was from a scientific background, and Prabhupada personally trained him to how to defeat the scientists. Like Dinabandhu Prabhu or someone was saying that how Prabhupada was telling to ask him questions, argue with him on behalf of scientists, and Prabhupada was smashing the scientific theories. So in that way, Srila Bhakti Swarup Damodar Swami Maharaj became a tool in Prabhupada's hand to defeat the scientists and establish Krishna consciousness and establish Krishna as the supreme scientist of this universe. So, Srila Bhakti Swarup Damodar Swami Maharaj actually was a glory of iskcon. And Srila Maharaj in his personal life, though he was speaking Krishna consciousness in a scientific way to convince the scientists, but in his heart he was a devotee of Radha and Krishna. As we all know that how he left his body hearing the Raslila pastimes of Radha and Krishna. And I have seen also when Bhakti Swarup Damodar Swami Maharaj used to come to Radha Kund. One time I was in Govardhan. I came to see Maharaj at Radha Kund and invite him to come to Govardhan Ashram. So when I arrived at Radha Kund, then I asked one devotee that I want to see Maharaj. Then he said, Maharaj, it is very difficult. Maharaj is surrounded by so many people in his room. So it is very difficult to see him. So if you want to see him, you personally go to that room and try. So when I went into his room, I saw that was like so many people surrounding Maharaj, so many Brajvasi Brahmins. They were also surrounding Maharaj there. And Maharaj could not say anything to anyone. But when I went there and paid my obeisances to Maharaj and stood there, waited to see that if Maharaj could see me, then immediately Maharaj could see me and then immediately started talking with me. So then I asked Maharaj to come to Govardhan because Maharaj had never visited Govardhan. So I invited him. So then Maharaj said, okay, I will come. And then immediately he got up. Then he said, let us go for Radhakund Parikrama. So then everyone started following Maharaj, and then we all went to do Radhakund Parikrama. And then later on in the day, Maharaj did come to Govardhan. Then I was taking him around and showing him. So that was first time Maharaj went to Govardhan. And second time, when Maharaj last Vyaspada in Vrindavan, after Vyaspada, Maharaj was taking all the devotees for Govardhan Parikrama. And then Maharaj that time also came to our Govardhan ashram, and also he took breakfast there. And that time they had prepared all this Manipuri breakfast. So Maharaj also invited me to sit with him, but we had already taken prasadam. But anyway, I stayed with Maharaj, and after prasadam, then I again saw Maharaj all the developments. So that was the last time Maharaj visited. So anyway, Maharaj's simplicity and his humility and his devotion actually attracted me towards Maharaj. And he helps Srila Prabhupada also in so many ways in scientific preaching. And Maharaj did so many things, publishing scientific articles, scientific books. So all these things to prove that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead and he is the Supreme Scientist. So actually we are remembering Maharaj's dedication to Srila Prabhupada's mission, and we will always pray at his lotus feet to give us or bless us that we could also dedicate our life for the service of Srila Prabhupada's mission. Jai Srila Swarup Damodar Swami Maharaj ki, Jai Srila Prabhupada Ji Maharaj ki, Gaurav Bhakta Vrinda ki, Nitai Gaur Premanande.